The Mayhem Classic is back.
You're going to like it.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
All right, that's the end of the podcast. That's all we had to talk about today, right?
Sign up for Mayhem Athlete.
I'm going to say this, too. Hyrox sucks. Lots of clickbait on a lot of things we've done.
He's just the kind of guy that doesn't like to get high on his own supply, I guess.
What is the affiliates ever done for the CrossFit Games? Are you kidding me? You couldn't have the CrossFit Games without the affiliates.
If you want the good old day feels, come here.
This episode is brought to you by Whoop. Whoop is a 24/7 health and fitness wearable that tracks your daily activity and gives detailed breakdowns of your sleep, recovery, stress, and more to help provide you with personalized insights and feedback on your health. With 140 trackable daily habits, Whoop can help show the positives and negatives of your lifestyle. Try Whoop for 1 month free and start the journey towards a healthier you. Head to join.whoop.com/mayhem to get started.
Barbell battery. I don't know if it means here. That's a great question. I don't know if it means that I'm building. Are we filming?
Resistance to a barbell?
I don't know if it means that you're building your battery, like the battery inside me to
I think it like a battering ram.
I'm thinking of, or is it like
Mayhem
getting,
Athlete?
or like when you like battery when you beat somebody up, like and you get arrested for
That's
it.
what I don't know.
I don't know because it makes sense both ways.
We talked about it on the podcast yesterday. Well, Dom and Jake talked about it.
You sat
And
there
I was like,
listened to it.
no, and I said, what is barbell battery?
Did they explain it?
Did they know?
They do know. They think they know. No, I mean, I know what it is. I could define it to you.
I think it's building resistance to like barbell movements.
Yeah.
But
But is it? Are you building
I
your
just-
battery to it, or are you just allowing your
I just
body
don't know.
to get beat up
I
by
need to see a
barbell?
couple examples of barbell battery to actually know. what
You're trying to get
barbell
better at. You're trying to get better at moving.
Basically,
like,
they're
at-
just
at
taking old
Grace
things
or
that we've
Isabel.
done for long periods
Putting
of time
names to
and
it.
putting names to it. But
That's
I just
it.
don't know which thing that they're putting a name to.
Us doing a 10-minute EMOM of 5 clean and jerks of 5
is that
squats.
barbell battery?
That's the
Or is that-
classic barbell battery.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Classic.
Now I understand it. Oh, we're good now.
I don't.
What do you want? You want more?
Yeah. Just kind of like synthesize it all into one little thing for me. What's barbell battery?
Building up a resistance to a barbell, basically. So
moderate to heavy.
moderate to
barbell.
heavy, moderate. Yeah, all ranges actually. I guess.
Yeah, all it could be all.
Not just cycling.
Not just cycling. Less
It's
even,
focusing on cycling,
but-
like probably lower. I'd say lower than 90%.
and
Okay.
like less touch and go ish. More like
So
Fast
building a
singles.
larger capacity.
Yeah.
Building a larger battery.
Yes.
Got it.
resistance to a barbell. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I feel
All
like
right, that's the end of the podcast. That's all we had to talk about today, right?
sign up for Mayhem Athlete.
When was the last time we podcasted?
A long time ago.
Not too.
We did one a couple weeks ago.
I get so lost.
But
in,
before
like,
that, it
what-
was months
what
ago.
podcasts we're putting out and what we're doing anymore.
because you film podcasts with like other people too in here. So
Once
you're
or
probably-
twice, I think.
Oh.
I don't even know.
I
It's
thought
like
you were in here,
Narnia
like,
to
once.
me. Like I don't remember the last time I was in here. What I did the last time I was in here.
I think the last time, I'm trying to think of the, like, whatever headline news would have come out. Certainly, it was, well,
There was no headline news.
We did
but
a
there
podcast.
was-
We did a
rumblings
podcast where
of
you guys
the-
were
of the
trying to
games.
convince me we
Oh,
should
that's
do
what
the
it was.
The
classic.
election. Let's talk about the election.
Well, that was what it was, and you guys were trying to.
the
get,
last big one was the election.
No.
Yes.
no.
Yes, it was
Really?
pre-election, and you guys were trying to get me to do the classic. That's what.
Pre-election,
Wow.
Yeah. We released it like the
you won, Angelo. Good
the
job.
week before.
Congrats.
You won. Man.
Can we get some?
It worked.
I think
Lots
we'll,
of clickbait on that one. Lots of clickbait on a lot of things we've done.
I think we'll be regular now though with the episodes.
We should probably get back to like a weekly thing.
Somewhat
Hey, Monday.
regular.
Well, hunting the like many hunting trips are over, and that was like what took us
Yeah,
out of rotation.
So long. Sad.
Yeah, you've been a road
Very
warrior,
sad.
man.
Have I really? Yeah, I
Kinda,
guess
sorta.
have.
I mean,
yeah,
shoot,
we've done
you
a
did.
lot-ish.
And more personal stuff even than usually. How was the New York trip?
It was good, man. I can't live that life, you know. Like,
What, the city stuff?
yeah,
But to visit is
Yeah.
fine. Oh, yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I
feel
Hillary,
like that's one cool
yeah,
box
we
to
had
check.
a blast. Like, Hillary had a great time. Christmas in New York. That was kind of the whole thing. Got to hang out with Maliolo, the Maliolos, Austin and Marin, which was really cool. Hadn't seen them in a while. Good to catch
Old
up.
gorilla arms,
Facundo's awesome.
Maliolo.
And then the Billings. But yeah, it's just like we had a good day the one day. First day, Friday, we were there. I think it was Friday. Like, just kind of hung out and didn't really do anything. It was terrible. Not terrible, but I got back to the room and I was just like, depressed, you know? Like, there's no, like, I had a, like, we were, just using all of September where you're out in the middle of nowhere,
Oh,
nothingness,
so nice.
just God's country. And then I've spent a lot of time in the woods, deer hunting.
And then you went to the
go
devil's playground.
Went to just city, and it was awful.
It's wild, huh?
It was like such a sharp contrast of just perspective, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's just not me, like this
I
is
get
not
it.
where I want to be. I mean, it was great, like cool trip, great company, cool stuff. Went to Trump Tower, saw one of our buddies there that Mike showed us, because Trump actually came in the night before, and was in town. And so, man, they've got garbage trucks. He pays garbage trucks to sit out front. They had like dump trucks for a while with sand in them because they're afraid of people like trying to drive through or whatever. It's kind of crazy.
What?
But we got to see the Suburban that he rides around in.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like you got to see the windows. They're like,
They're not as big as the Beast, because we have been to the Secret Service training facility.
Oh, okay.
And that's it's like it's a Cadillac car on a like semi chassis, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
I would never ask you to abuse your relationships or whatever for information, but the one thing that's just killing me right now is this whole drone thing in New Jersey.
Yeah, I don't
Will you
know.
Ask these homies about that.
No.
I don't know if they know anything about that.
God,
Like,
they have to, right?
you'd think, but they didn't know that there was somebody on a building for 4 minutes.
True.
Jeez.
So
Ouch.
So good.
yeah,
I thought they were your friends.
And
they are. None of those guys were there though.
And you can't shoot them down, right? You'll go to jail, prison maybe. I think if you try to shoot
didn't
at
Trump
them.
tell everybody to shoot him down?
Yeah, I think that's a whole bunch of like.
I thought,
I'm gonna be honest. If there were some drones over this place, I'm gonna fire something at them.
yeah,
100%. There's no logic in that.
Yeah.
You know
yeah.
what
That's
I'm
what
saying?
that's
Like,
what everyone
so
said.
fishy.
Yeah, that's what everyone said. If those things come down a little more south, they're getting shot down.
Yeah.
like
They knew
you're
where
not
to
gonna
try
scare.
it.
Yeah.
So,
I
well, it's
don't
off the
know.
rails now. Now people
All
are
right,
pissed
well,
off again. Let's go ahead.
Okay, so big news in the CrossFit world.
Oh, we're going there too.
Is there big news?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I feel like, then we got all sorts of stuff we could talk about. We got January challenges coming up. We've got the row, and you and me got to clear the air on the row. And then
There's no clearing the air.
the only thing that I have to do is clear my name, is to call my friend Steven South a dirty, rotten liar, because the way that he told you the story is not true.
What's going on? I don't know the story.
Okay, so you know the standards coming
Yes.
up.
And he said, "Yep, we're in."
Who did?
You.
Yeah, I did. So the Rogue Standard, for those who don't know, you should check it out. Sign up. It's supporting.
Yeah, you should sign up and do it and not back out like a
On
little-
whatever day in the window of days that works best for you and your family, you should definitely do it.
Here we go.
See what I did?
Here we go.
It's awesome. Anyways, it supports Tasha's foundation. And so the boys all said they're in. The way that I heard it is that South sat down and threw me under the bus. But South basically he was the first domino to fall for no reason.
And there's how many hundreds of people that go to
Hundreds
Mayhem
and
that you
hundreds.
could
All I
pick
have to
up?
do is that's all I have to do is clear my name and say.
Do
that
you still
South
need
was
a team? Are you just a lone man now?
Goldie's the only one who's like ride or die.
Well,
He said he'll figure out a way.
there's a 3-man team that needs a fourth currently.
Yeah.
So if he wants to, or if you want to, I have David Lane, Austin,
Jake.
New Media Austin.
This is not the
Lockhart
Froning
was
way.
going to jump in for 12
only
hours,
12
of it,
hours.
which is weird.
But
I don't
he
like
said
that.
if we can find a fourth for 24 hours, someone can take his spot.
But that's my thing too. Is like I'm gonna leave when my kids my wife's working that day. I'm gonna leave when they need to get picked up from school. Like
And
I'll row a
that's-
marathon. I don't care.
There's a simple way to fix this.
Yes.
The way we're going to do it is essentially in your fours, you pair up.
You guys are psychos,
No,
dude.
you pair up and
Okay.
you do 4 by 10-minute intervals back and forth with one partner.
I know your strategy.
And then you get a break for an hour and 30 minutes. That's plenty of time to go pick up your kids from school.
if it falls on the perfect, if you time it perfectly.
Almost like you could time it out perfectly. It's 24 hours.
I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm not doing it.
He's competing. He's trying to get ready for competing, and he works at the fire department, which he works 24 hours.
Where's he
I'm
competing?
actually working the 24 hours.
He's doing the open soon.
I'm working the
He's
24
doing
hours.
the open.
I was
soon.
thinking maybe Wadapalooza.
months and
actually.
months away.
But he
from the
also,
open.
but he also is a public
Months.
servant. He can't be up for 24 hours and then go on shift for 24 hours.
Drive a 60,000-pound truck with no sleep.
Cry me a river. You guys just look out the window. You don't do anything. Cats out of trees. Anyways,
That was my first call, actually.
Cat out of
cat
tree.
out of a tree. Oh, that's awesome.
I've done it 2 or 3 times.
Well, we didn't do it. We got there, and Donnie said,
You ever found cat bones in the
he
tree?
said, "You ever found a skeleton of a cat in a tree?" And the lady's like, "No." He goes, "Put a bowl of food at the bottom of the tree. I guarantee it'll come out."
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would you risk somebody's life for a cat? I mean, this
That's
tree
gonna
was pretty
come
high,
down,
but
yeah.
Fair enough. Well, let's talk on the positive side. Scott told me your strategy with your 4-person team, and it sounds psychotic, but
I think we can do
amazing.
it. We've done it. I mean,
10 on, 10 off, 4 rounds of that, and then you have basically
Oh, so it's
double
straight
that
10 minutes,
off.
not necessarily 2,500?
no, for math or for the people that are resting, you don't have to like keep checking in to see where they're at.
Just go 10 minutes.
You just go 10 minutes. So it's about at the pace we want to hold right around 2,600 meters at the high end or 2,500 on the low. I think we try to bank a little bit early because from
The
experience,
late night
it
hours.
sucks. It sucks.
I did 2 of those intervals with those guys on our little affiliate tour. Oh, we should talk about the affiliate tour as well. And I was hurting. But it also turns
you
out that
jumped in, yeah.
I was early stages influenza A.
Is that what it is? Is that what you've been diagnosed with?
Got the flu.
Right
The
now?
old school flu. No, yes,
On
I
the back
did.
end.
Yeah, Friday, like, I feel really bad. Me and Scott were in a hotel room, and I'm like, I had to have hit him with it, but he's just got stronger genes than I do.
Yeah, I was the day you texted me, I was like 91% recovery.
Oh, you bastard! I went from green, 1%.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
See, I'm usually first day not red. If I'm 2 days in the red, I'm like, oh, something's coming, and then the third day is red.
Yeah.
I never go like
It was
green
wild.
straight to red.
I
Dude,
get
wild.
it's the day before I'm red. I wake up and I'm fine, red recovery. And then it'll just like it'll slowly build back up after that. Like I'll be red and then throughout that day I'll be like, yeah, I'm sick.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like
No,
yellow
mine's
after
on
that. It's just
always.
the
If I have
random
3
one.
days, there's been like 1 or 2 times in the past couple of years where I've had 3 days in the red and
you were
not been
sick?
sick. Not been sick.
Oh.
If I have 3 days in a row red,
You're
I
sick.
know I'm gonna be
Yeah.
sick.
Oh, I live in the red usually. So
Do you
it's
really?
like, this is not that too surprising. When I get into green, it's like I celebrate.
I'll have a 1% day after this row, though.
Oh yeah, for
For
sure.
sure.
100%.
I looked up like they do the year in review type thing,
Yeah.
and I had one day recovery. I don't remember what day it was.
And they try and bundle it like all positively.
yeah,
Hey, don't worry, you're in good company. Like
Yeah.
this percentage of the Whoop community
Has
had
had
one.
the same
Have you seen
recovery.
that?
I've only had 1 day. No, yeah, 1 day of actual 1% recovery is when I drank an entire bottle of whiskey. That did it. That did
What
it.
day was that,
What was the
Angelo?
occasion?
I don't. Wine on the west
Saturday?
side. We got one on the west. We were at one on the west side.
Wine on the west side, so you did a bottle of whiskey.
Well, I
love
didn't.
it.
I don't really care for wine, so I just drank a bottle of whiskey and then we went and hung out. I didn't really hang out. I maybe you were definitely at Seven Senses. I walked in.
Was that
I
like
was,
2 years ago?
yeah, I was hammered,
Yeah.
and then I went home after that. Like I didn't. I didn't.
You don't
last
need to
long.
be in public.
No, it was like 8:30. I went
Been
home.
there.
I
Put yourself
was
away.
hammered.
Yeah, no. If I stay up past 10:30, I feel like I've drank a whole bottle of whiskey.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's bizarre. The older I get, I'm like, that sounds terrible. Staying
Yeah.
up past 10:30.
Oh, it's horrible. We've been in bed around 8:15.
Yep, that's us.
Yeah.
7:30. If we can get in bed by
So-
7:30 and start watching a movie, we're good to go.
Yeah, it's nice.
We're good to go.
It's just funny. We were the same way, but like so now we flip flopped where like the kids are basically putting us to bed.
Yeah.
like,
See you
hey,
guys.
please let me know when you're going to sleep. I'm out.
Yep.
Okay, let's talk game season. We have to.
Hey, before we derail it, should we talk New Year or no?
Oh yeah, the 2 challenges we got going.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, because
Start
we're
with the
going to go
affiliate
down
tour.
a big rabbit hole.
Mountain Ops has combined my 2 biggest passions, fitness and the outdoors, as well as sourcing quality ingredients. Mountain Ops Supplements has helped me get the most out of my training sessions in and out of the gym. If you want to start taking your results seriously, I've put together a bundle of Mountain Ops products. New and returning customers save 20% on their purchase when you visit mountainops.com and use the code Froning. That's MTNOPS.com, code FRONING. When it comes to training flooring, durability is the most important factor. With Regapol's established 65-year history, the decision for our studio flooring was simple. Made from recycled tires, Regapol floors are indestructible, durable, and easy to install, and has less smell than other rubber flooring products on the market. To purchase, go to roguefitness.com and search Regupol. That's spelled REGUPOL. Get strong, grow durable, and unlock your potential on Regapol rubber flooring.
Recover faster, breathe easier, and increase your endurance with Airwave's scientifically proven performance mouthpiece. If high-intensity or interval-style training is your sport, try their patented endurance mouthpiece. I opted for the Mayhem 2-pack with one of each. For podcast listeners only, save 15% of your purchase at airwave.com/Froning. That's airwave.com/Froning.
Affiliate tour too. Yeah, affiliate tour is radical.
Well, that ties into the game season,
Oh,
I think.
Yeah.
But these two things we can go before.
Thank you, Scott. There are, January's coming up. January's a big fitness thing, obviously, but I think this year what I like about both challenges is that I feel like it's got more substance to it.
Yeah.
It's not like, hey, we're going to give you this for free. You might win 10 grand. And so, like, people are just
440's
jumping
kind
in.
of building on what we believe here, Faith Family Fitness Service, and kind of get you rolling in,
There's more of a buy-in. It's like, yeah, of course there's fitness, but it's
Yep.
also like, yeah, here's
spend
all
some
the
time
stuff
with
that
your
Mayhem's
family,
about.
spend some time, and it's a checkbox, so it's Scout's honor. Don't be a dirtbag. Don't
Yep.
lie.
Yep.
You know.
Exactly, yeah. But and examples of faith could be as simple as
Get in the Bible, read.
and there's examples. Like if you guys, if you want to check it out, mayhemathletes.com has a really comprehensive list and kind of overview of what 440 is all about, and you can join the wait list already. But yeah, it's got specific examples.
Yep.
Spend time with your family, screen free, go for a walk, that kind of thing.
Play a game, whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I like it because it's a lot more sticky, and it's not, even though it's only 40 days, you're doing Mayhem's Faith Family Fitness Service, 4 pillars for 40 days. It's still 40 days is way more sticky than 30 days, and I think people are going to have a much bigger takeaway from that. So mayhemathletes.com for that one. Winner. So, there'll be weekly challenges.
Weekly challenge. Yeah, I tested 2 of the workouts yesterday.
Oh, did you guys film them?
Yeah.
Yeah, we filmed 2 of the
So
5.
I made in hindsight or in, yeah. Jake was like, hey, we got to make some workouts for the 440 challenge. Will you help me? I was like, yeah, sure. Let's make them terrible. And, like there needs to be some type of like skin in the game, right?
Yeah.
I thought I'd be doing the workouts. I didn't know I'd be doing the workouts in a video. So,
Go extra hard.
Just actually try. Not that I wouldn't try, but still like.
Camera in your face.
Camera in your face, push harder. So
Yeah.
I did 2 of them yesterday. And I thought it was like, oh, we'll just film a round or 2 and pull some highlights. No, it's like start and you do the whole workout together.
That's the worst.
And so, I don't know, this won't air before.
Yeah, those don't come out until so basically how it'll work is
I'll just give you the first one.
on Saturday of 440,
Yeah.
there will be a challenge workout, but
Yeah.
we'll release the workout on Friday.
Yeah.
So then people can go in the SugarWatt app or whatever app they do
So
the program.
the first one I did yesterday, I
log
won't
it.
give because it was. I mean, it's hard,
It's
but not
fine.
terrible. The only hard part of that one is it's 4 rounds of 40 wall balls in there. The second one is 440 calories on the rower, but you start with 4 bench, and then every 2 minutes you have to do 4 bench. And seeing
heavy?
225.
Oh my!
Granted, there's different levels. Like that's like if you want a real challenge, do it that way.
Yeah.
And then we've got a couple different options, like a bodyweight bench or even
How long
push-ups.
did that take? Can you tell me?
25 minutes.
Okay, that's
30.
not as crazy, but
But
that's
still,
pretty
watching
long.
440 calories on the
Yeah.
screen is just, it sucks.
Anyway, how many
You
bench
start
every
with
how
4
long?
bench every 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay.
So basically, I'd get about a minute 40-ish of rowing. So it
Yeah.
was about 30. It equaled out to about 34 calories and 33. And so I had, I think, 34 or 35 to finish. And I had to just kind of push
hard.
It was not fun.
And how many reps at bench?
4. So 4.
And you did
440 for 225 at 225.
Right, but how many did you end up doing in 30 minutes?
Is that
or whatever you said? 25.
Yeah, 20. So 12 sets.
48.
Did you start with it?
I started with it. So 48. Yeah.
Oh man!
No, 52. Right? If I started with it.
Started with
52.
it.
That's
Yeah,
hefty.
man. It was it was a bit aggressive.
Oh, and so
man.
just so we don't scare people away already, you don't
have to do the 225. Like we have different options and there's different ways to do the challenge. You can use a different machine. You can do whatever.
Yeah,
but
and you don't win by winning that workout.
you don't win by doing the workout.
You
It's
participate in it, and like it's basically random
Random
selection
draw,
just
yeah.
because you did what you put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Don't lie.
Don't lie.
Don't lie and don't check a box if you
Santa's
didn't do
still
it.
watching.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I don't understand though. Like
The elves are
you've got to do the 4 pillars every day, but do you have to do the weekly workout?
Well, no, so basically how the weekly workout works is like you could do a different workout that day, but if you do that one and log it, a person will be randomly selected each week
from logging it.
From logging that specific workout, the challenge workout, to win whatever the
And
giveaway
it
is
doesn't
for
have
that
to be
week.
RX.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be.
No, it can be whatever version of it. But
you have to keep the spirit of the workout.
that way, like if you find out about the challenge like the third week,
Got
and
it.
you're not going to be able to win the grand prize, you can still jump in and try to win weekly stuff.
Got it. That makes sense. And the prize giveaways are insane. Rogue's giving away a lot of stuff. It's going to escalate up to like barbells. You've got Heart and Soil's giving away, their packages. We're giving the Mountain Ops Froning stack. Yeti's
Pit
got
Boss.
just like a whole load of stuff. Yeah, Pit Boss Grill. So one person's literally just going to like collect on each one of those workouts. I know we said that's not why we're doing it, but nice bonus.
Lucky.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, one grand prize winner will get 10 grand for theoretically making a big positive change in their life. So let's talk
90,
about
Mayhem
Conquer
Hunt.
90.
Yep.
Mayhem Hunt is,
Mountain Ops.
I think, is really cool because you guys are putting in a lot of work for the programming on that.
Yep. Angelo.
Yep. Oh yeah.
So
Definitely new
for
ideas for the new year too.
Conquer 90, it's very similar in structure, obviously, but 90 days.
You could do both.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
really
actually
do
could.
both and
You
keep
could
it
do
going
both. That's the
and
cheat code.
Roll along.
Because again, like the goal is the same. It's like a holistic change. It's not just a short little buy-in. I don't want to say that I hate New Year's resolutions.
I hate New Year's resolution.
I just it's so easy for people to kind of be like, oh, I'm going to do this in January, and they fall off quickly. So I love that it's a longer duration.
Yep, more than just a month or more than just a couple
Yeah,
of
and
days
there's-
or
and
a couple weeks. So
yeah,
there's some buy-in.
there's something to strive for past through January and February.
Exactly. And so most of the Mayhem Hunt workouts will be kind of geared towards this challenge
Yep.
for the first.
Well, there'll be an option in each window, I guess,
Got
or
it.
in each option. So
for the first 90 days. And for that challenge, one male and one female will win $10,000.
oh wow.
There's
One up to
there's
some.
also $1,000 worth of Mountain Ops gear credit. I'm not sure if that's a separate winner or not. I'll have to, but you guys can go to mountainops.com for these details. And then like a trip out to HQ. It's a big deal, man.
That's pretty cool.
It's super cool. So 2 options. You don't have to pick one or the other. They're obviously, if you guys haven't checked out Mayhem Hunt yet, I really, really enjoy it, especially on, I don't know, just on days where I'm mixing it up or trying to do something different or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are two big deals.
Yeah,
Big
things
deals.
you can, and you 2 chances if you're only in it for the cash prize. It's 2 chances at a cash prize.
And other stuff, other things.
And
If you're already
I mean,
working
yeah,
out, you're already doing those things. You might
yeah,
as well.
why not just sign up anyways?
Oh, and they're both free.
Free,
Right?
free.
Like you sign up for Conquer 90, you get 90 days free Mayhem Hunt, right?
Yep.
And you certainly get the 40 days of Mayhem Athlete for free as well. If I'm quoting that wrong, I apologize. I'm 90% sure.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So yeah, I
It
hope
is
a lot
now.
I hope a ton of people just actually.
Said live.
I don't have a lot of insight into the Conquer 90, but I know that a lot of people are already on the wait list for
440.
440, which is great. And that one, I think the window to sign up is from the 1st to the 6th, and I think Conquer 90 you can sign up from the 1st until the 14th. So
2 weeks.
those 2 websites, mayhemathletes.com for the Mayhem 440 and mountainops.com for Conquer 90.
Yep.
Did we hit it good, Scott?
Is that all you wanted?
Yeah, now we can go off the rails in
Now we can
whatever
go off the
direction it
rails.
please.
I don't know if this one goes off the rails. I thought the clip that you sent made me laugh my head off. That people are just dying to hear what Rich has to say about.
The season?
Well, yeah, was it the game season? Like, what exactly were they wanting
I
to
think
hear?
the structure of the game season.
Okay.
What is the? Oh yeah, because there is actual. I'm not even really sure what it is.
What the structure is?
I mean, I guess.
I mean, well, one thing that is super simplified that I actually
guess I
really
didn't
like
know.
is it goes open, semis, games.
Yeah.
The only difference being, obviously we have like the way the events are. There's some sanctionals and there's an online qualifier, but I think I love a simplified 3-stage season. It's how it used to be, and I think it's
Yeah.
the most elegant.
I just wish it wasn't. I just
personally.
wish semis wasn't online.
Yeah, 100%.
I wish it was just the root. I mean,
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I like. man, the old regional way was not terrible. I do think that like back in the old day, like 2013, like going to watch him, there's like,
It can't be that way anymore.
yeah, I know.
It's just not.
Here's
the deal. If you're to explain to somebody who's never done or seen what we do, how would you explain how you get to the CrossFit Games?
You go through a narrowing pool.
This year?
Yeah.
Right? Oh.
Quarters.
Oh, you can't.
I've tried to
You can't.
I was trying to explain to somebody the other day.
Quarterfinals,
All right.
semifinals,
All right.
finals.
Yeah, so
Yeah, but what
you do
about
the open.
sectionals?
You do the open and we take 1%. All right, cool. From there, some people go to semifinals. Some people can go to an in-person, but we're going to take 20. I don't know how many we're taking from the
Yeah.
in-person. And how do you qualify for those in-person
That's my biggest
competitions?
question.
Okay. That's what the teams, what do they do? What do the masters do? What do we, like, it's every year something different. That's what's getting me is like,
Yeah.
and I don't think that this model is necessarily that wrong or that bad. I'm just tired of change.
There's
I'm just
so
tired of
much
changing
change.
it and being like, we're losing it. We're missing it. Like
Yeah.
you can't change it every single year and expect people to not get burnt out and not want to follow it and not be connected. There's no connection with the athletes in the community anymore. And I don't know the answers to this is the hard part,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So like,
But
I was talking, me and Malleola were talking about this. How do you get the community to buy in when they feel so disconnected from the athletes? And I'm not saying like, I'm not going to go, oh, we're missing the good old days where the athletes should be in the affiliate training. No.
But if you aren't hyper focused as a spectator, we'll say, or as someone in the community,
there's no reason to buy in anymore.
yeah, how do you follow it every year? Like unless you are like you have
A
all you
diehard.
follow all the Instagram pages and you watch all the podcasts and you listen to it every day, you can never keep up.
I think you go back to 2017, 18, when Greg drew the line in the sand that CrossFit and the games, if you look previous to that, was there too much emphasis on the games? Maybe. Was there not enough emphasis on the affiliates or what was going on? Maybe. But when Greg vilified the games as, and I'll say it, when Greg vilified the games as, we don't need to be doing this, we don't need to be supporting this, CrossFit needs to be hands off. I don't know if that's the right answer, but that's when it died. That's when everything went to shit.
Yeah,
100%. Like, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I don't
when
disagree.
People,
And I would,
media, like, were we
the media
Yeah.
portion, and I'm very biased.
Yeah,
obviously.
you're biased, but you should, but you should be. Like, it didn't need to be the two against each other. We could have had both.
I thought it was very symbiotic.
We could have said, all right, we've got, and this is completely oversimplified, but for ease of just talking about it, you had 10 media guys, and if we had 7 on the games and 3 on affiliates, hey, let's get it back more towards 50-50, right? Like, let's tell these incredible stories. Let's, get in the affiliates. Let's, in the off season, let's get some athletes to do some events. Maybe give them a little bit of money. Hey, it's fine to pay, your top 5 athletes. Hey, let's go on a media tour. Let's go on whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, the games was a cool thing to promote CrossFit. It did not have to be we're scaring people, blah, 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 or people are, trying to be like these athletes. There's nothing wrong with that. And it was okay. Yeah. And the games was a marketing tool.
It's all the wokeness. It's wokeness that's brought this spawn.
That's a whole different thing, I think. That's a whole, a community.
You not being able to take your shirt off in the affiliate because I don't look like you, and that's not fair. You don't think it's stemming from that at all?
I don't think it's that systemic. I don't think it's like that's an overarching society thing. That's not just solely CrossFit.
No, yeah,
I think it was, that they were at odds. Like, I don't think the games and the affiliates needed to be at odds. Like, we could have had both.
You know what?
And I don't know if we can get back to it. Like, I I don't know if we'll ever see the good old days again. Like that's the
Yeah.
hard part. Is like we're so we're just so far removed that it's
Well,
tough.
Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
I wrestle with that a lot too, but it's like, everything grows and evolves, right? So yeah, we're never going to go back to the way things were. But I also don't think that all is lost. You know what I mean? But I think your analysis of just about everything you just said.
I don't think all is
spot on.
lost, but I don't think down the current road we're going, we're going to get back to it. I think there's got to be some type of tie-in between the two. I think the affiliate tour is a good example. Like I wish I could have gone on it. Too many trips. I told them, hey, December's off limits. They're like, cool, we're doing December. So I was like, sorry, I can't do December. So I would like to do more affiliate tours, but like that's what I try to tell some of these younger athletes, and I think Saxon's done a good job of it. It's like, hey, you got to be involved with the community. We have to. If you listen to some of Greg's early talks, early rants, early preaches, he was talking about, hey, the pinnacle of fitness, and this is what we should aim at, and this is it. Like, why did we get away from that?
Right.
Why can't we showcase that? Why? Yeah, it's just why I don't know why they had to be at odds or why, and that's to me that was not the downfall. I don't want, but that was the like drop off.
Mm-hmm.
We have seen a drop off. There is no connection with the community. There is no buy-in, and then you're seeing it with people saying stupid shit online about dividing it even further. Like, what is the affiliates ever done for the CrossFit Games? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
You couldn't have the CrossFit Games without the affiliates.
Right.
Here's the thing that I see it as
entitlement. That's the problem.
I see the athletes as, I'll just paint a picture. The athletes are like public servants or politicians. The people in the affiliates are the taxpayers.
Let's not tie this to government.
Like, if I'm a Rich Froning fan, I like to see him compete, and the way he makes money is by his sponsor. I know. No one wants to watch it anymore. It's a train wreck.
Yeah, it's a train wreck.
Like,
it's actually
sorry,
sad at this point.
Roman. I'll use someone who's a little more relevant.
Just sad at this point. You're like, oh, he used to be rich.
like Roman.
Oh, what did somebody say? Sorry, I derailed it.
Good.
What did somebody say? Get over yourself, Rich. I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, it said, get over yourself, Froning. Come on.
Yeah. And I don't even know what it was about. It was on a YouTube video.
It was on Instagram and on YouTube.
Oh, okay. That's what
they
it was.
commented on both places.
Did they? Good. Good for them.
Really got.
I was like, oh yeah, that Froning, he sucks.
Yeah, I was like, hold on, let me actually read the comment train. Sorry.
Wait, what were they addressing?
I don't really know.
I don't really know because it was the
them.
rant where we were discussing is CrossFit a sport, and it was 100% clickbait of just like us saying running isn't a sport and whatever, and so of course it's just me being
and Coffee
douche.
Chris loves
and Chris just
it.
loves. Oh, that day got a little heated. I saw David Lane like angry for once. Oh
Really?
yeah,
Good.
Oh, he was fired up.
Why? I said something about bikes?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, that you couldn't get strong by only biking. I'm not getting in this whole discussion again, but at some point I just walked off because Steph got in there, and Steph, tried to throw in.
You can go down some weird roads.
Yeah, he was talking about how F1 drivers have to be able to leg press 500 pounds to single leg press 500 pounds to. That's the amount of force that's used on a brake. And I was like, no, dude, it's the fact that the G, like I had to walk away.
Yeah.
Man, is the comment gone? I was trying to find it and kind of go through our little thread because they even came back last night and basically just said.
Double down?
Yeah, basically they were saying that I should just accept my demise gracefully is basically the way it was. It's like, all right, 10-4.
That's great.
Sorry, I completely
You're good.
derailed.
You're good.
I don't know where you were going.
No, it's still on the same subject. Like, so what I was trying to say is that someone like Roman, if you have someone like Roman, the people in the affiliates who are Roman fans are basically signing his paycheck because he makes money off of
views,
selling
clicks,
his views, clicks, selling. Like if I see Roman wearing a pair of tier shoes or whatever thumb tape he uses, I'm gonna use that. Like, or if I'm a huge fan, or I'm gonna drink Rain Energy because that's who he says he drinks. Like, why do the athletes not see that without those people who support you, you don't like? Maybe some of them make some money, but a lot of the top people, that's how they make, and they make decent money. Some of the people at the top, why don't they notice that like you have this community of people around you who support you? they are in the affiliates. And seeing you at the CrossFit Games maybe brought them to the affiliates or whatever the reason was, but they're fixated on watching these few athletes, and that's awesome. And why would you not try to give back to those people? Say like, yeah, and I think our athletes honestly do a good job. I mean, I only see it from at Mayhem or from Mayhem Athletes. I think we're different than a lot of other places. Like, I feel like we do a really good job. Like, you'll see the athletes out in the classes. Like, they'll walk through the classes and they'll talk to the people, and they're making fun of each other or whatever, and then they're cheering each other on, and then they go their separate ways. They could go do their different workouts. Like, I don't think most gyms have that. And that's where I think we're definitely different. Where
Mayhem's a very unique place, but I think you're basically you could replace the word. You could replace affiliates with fans, right? Like, they're just fans of the sport. And I don't know if the public servant thing analogy works for me as well. Not necessarily. It's a professional sport with fans, right?
Because people scream at me every now and they go, "I pay your salary." It's like, all right, yeah, kind of you do.
Okay, so but either way, here's where I think the disconnect is that the CrossFit, the organization, stands in between. So I think people are saying like, oh, well, why don't the affiliates understand the value of the athletes and the athletes the affiliates? I think it's really that there's this thing in the middle that is the CrossFit organization, which a lot of people are associating all of their angst and pain and whatever from the last couple of years with. Yeah. And so it's it's hard. So like for people with the Open, they've got this, they're trying to throw out the excuse of, oh, well, I'm mad at CrossFit. Why am I going to give them the money to go do the Open? And
why are they, I don't understand. What are they mad about the Open? Who's mad and why?
Well, I could give you five years worth of anger, but like, I think a lot of it still has to do with like Lazar and things like that. Yeah. And the constant change of the
people don't want to give any money to CrossFit.
People just don't want to give money to CrossFit.
On the positive side of this, like, hopefully Mayhem's going to be able to.
Wait, that'll positive side to this? No,
well, I mean, hopefully Mayhem's going to be able to like help out a little bit this season.
I don't know what we're allowed to say.
I don't either, but we're working on potential integrations into the season.
Things.
Yeah,
yeah. We really wish we could announce 2, maybe even 3 things right now. But
when does this come out?
Soon.
Next Monday.
Okay, well then this will be announced by then.
Well,
Friday they're going to do a high level view of the season.
So
really?
We signed the contract, or we are signing the contract.
Most likely.
This will come out Monday, December 23rd.
Yeah, so this Friday there will be an announcement.
Mayhem Classic.
Are we sure we can say
this? At a gym near Cookeville.
You guys
at
talk
a gym
amongst
near
yourselves,
us.
but I'll
Yeah. I mean, unless we have to cut this whole piece out and you have to do one of those like standby things, but Mayhem Classic at Mayhem
is coming to a CrossFit season near you.
Yep. Angelo's dream has become a reality.
Yep.
We still need to do like the programming video for that. I need to have Ben test all the workouts. I need to like.
Oh yeah, Ben, you're. Wait,
why
are we gonna put him on blast? We put Ben on blast.
Not to like offend Ben or anything, but if
I need somebody to
and Angelo know the workouts, why would we have Ben test them?
Because I don't want to do them.
I'm not good enough to do them.
We've done.
I'm not available
that anyway.
day.
I need like a third party to do them.
That's fair.
And we're trying to keep it pretty hush hush. I'm who's allowed to do it. Darren's been a part of it. Me, Darren, and Angelo are the programming committee. We've
we're putting everyone on blast.
Yeah, it's fine.
So
I'm cool with it.
So if we're allowed to talk about it, can we say dates and things?
Stuff and things.
Confirm what they said is that this Friday they're going to do like wave top structure the season. We did give them dates, and so
April 5th and 6th.
Yeah.
5 tickets now. No,
we
don't know how many people are going to be allowed in the building. We don't really know. I think we're thinking 20-ish athletes, male and female.
Do we know how many athletes we're sending to the games?
I think 2.
Let's not even get into that. Okay. I think actually first what I would
love to say. We're sending athletes to the games though.
Yeah. There's a qualifying event to the CrossFit Games.
Maybe the first qualifying event of the season.
Probably the most qualifying event. First qualifying event.
Most likely. So in light of all the things that just were said a second ago, Mayhem Classic, like why?
Also,
hit it.
We may have something else too, but we haven't.
I need to talk to you about that.
By the way, I haven't confirmed with Josh, but we're doing it anyway.
It sounds like we're definitely doing it.
Josh is gonna be pissed. I sent her a text to Rory, and I was like, "Hey, should we do that?" Rory and Josh. I was like, "Hey, should we do this?" Rory's like, "I mean, like in Rory's like fashion, like I see positives and negatives to both sides, blah blah blah." And Josh was like, "Oh, all the negatives, why we shouldn't do it." And I was like, "Cool, we're doing it." I don't even know if I've told Josh yet.
Yeah, I can't think of a better place.
I just heard some third-party confirmation that's happening. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Did you hear it from Katie?
No.
No, okay. Well, I heard from.
I
Kate.
can't think of a better place to start the CrossFit Games season.
No, I know, me either.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Mayhem Classic.
It's gonna be good.
So here we are. We're talking about like, hey, is it ever going to get back to where it is? The disconnection, whatever. So like,
we want to
but
try
also
to bring
Mayhem's-
it back.
Well, yeah,
bridge the gap.
Yeah. You know, I said all that to say that I would like to see it get back to where it was. You know, like it was pretty freaking awesome. Competing and being a part of the community when the community was at its strongest, when there was a huge connection between the two, and what better way to do that than do it yourself, you know?
Yeah.
So Mayhem Classic's going to come back. We're trying to figure out logistics on some stuff, keep the athlete pool relatively small, but try to do some pretty cool activations with either Mayhem affiliate owners or just affiliate owners. Who cares if you're not one of us? We'd like you to be one of us, but try to do some community type stuff around it.
and a really fun show to watch.
Really fun show to watch. We're going to test out some stuff, maybe condense some stuff to where it's more viewer friendly, and then have some more options during the day to do some stuff. I don't know. We haven't really.
There's a lot. There's a lot of detail. Hey, this is fresh.
Yeah.
There's a lot of details to fill in, but it's getting clarified slowly.
Some classic programming with beefed up, maybe a little touch beefed up.
You're gonna like it.
You're gonna like it.
You're gonna like it. And if you don't, you're gonna like it.
You're gonna make you like it.
To your point about like we want to help bring it back, and it's never going to be the good old days, but
If you want the good old day feels, come here.
yeah, well, I think we will have that. That's true.
Good old
But in my
days.
mind, no matter what, we have the technology that is the CrossFit methodology is the best way to train for your base level
It's the
general
most
physical
fun,
fitness.
I think. You know,
It's
like,
the most fun. It is.
What about
and
Hollings
it's
pulling
the best?
84 years old, pulling 200 pounds yesterday, like not bending his knees whatsoever, just
Dude,
like
it's crazy.
pulled it
Just-
straight up.
You heard about
Did
him
you see that
doing
video?
Who did?
Hollings?
No.
Oh yeah, on the
That'll do 200
Mayhem,
pounds.
the CrossFit Mayhem story yesterday.
Just
I mean, just legs straight, bends over, like
love it.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he this was at the old gym. There was a workout. It was a 400-meter farmer's carry, maybe 800-meter farmer's carry. Every time you break like 5 or 10 burpees or something. And he was the only person in the class to not break. I think Jess was coaching, and he carried it. Oh, you
time
just
limit.
timed out.
Oh, dang it. What time limit? Screen time limit. Yeah, so I don't know. Can you clip this
Under
and put
in?
this in here so that people can see? But
Yeah, I can get it.
Yeah, and he just
and the best is like when you try to
So
coach
easy.
Hollings, he's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
just does what he
same
wants
thing.
to do. And it was light. I mean, at
Light,
84 years
yeah.
old, picking up 200 pounds, like
That
it's
was awesome.
nothing.
he just carried
then
it was
Rory's on there.
the 800-meter farmer's carry. Dude just carried it into the gym. Jess said he just carried it right back in, and was just kept holding it. And she's like, "You're done. You can set it down now." And he's like, "All right." And
Thank
it
you.
was just like not an option to set it down. He just walked around and walked right back in and went home.
Yeah. Okay, so that's perfect. That's where I was trying to go. That's a perfect example. The affiliate tour is a perfect example. The methodology is close to perfect, right? You can take it in a couple different directions and add your own flair to it. But it will, as far as I'm concerned, like CrossFit Mayhem will live on forever, whether it's called CrossFit or something else. Like, the magic is there. To your point of what you said earlier is like, it always was set up to where the games athletes were the peak of the mountain that you would try to aspire to, right? So like, yeah, I'm not going to train like, I'm going to train like Rich, but as a 43-year-old with my skill level, whatever, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it did used to have this perfect symbiotic relationship. So
Yeah,
I think we're going to give it hell and try and be part of it.
Yeah, I hate the fact that we're trying to disconnect it too. Like, there shouldn't be a disconnect. It's like,
remember the old Big Sky days?
yes, that's the perfect example.
Perfect
of like,
example.
Get 3 or 4 athletes. I mean, it didn't even have to be the
beer and burpees or beer and kettlebell. Like it was like,
it was beer and burpees.
what did you guys have to do? You drink. It was like
There was
you
one
drink
that
a
workout
beer.
like people could call us out on a workout,
Yeah.
and we would
Oh,
like
there's a backflip
which,
one?
that sucked.
Yeah.
Like I would like for it to be more of like less hey dance monkey, because those days kind of sucked.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be honest, when you'd be like, hey, Dave would be like, hey, you want to come hang out with the at the affiliate gathering? I'm like, hell yeah. We get there and he's like, all right, step right up. Let's watch Dan and Rich do 30 Barrett complex at 225 and we've just gotten off a plane. Oh, all right, hey, 3 athletes come out here. We're gonna snatch and clean against
see
them.
if they can do. Yeah,
Hey, we're gonna run up this hill and back. Like, hey,
but it could be cool.
Let's have a little bit better structure of like, hey, we're all gonna do this workout. Maybe partner up with some people.
Yeah.
Like, it could be real. It could be awesome. There's no
like
reason.
anyone can go or something, and then you put in for a drawing and say, okay, we're gonna draw on. All right, you get to choose a workout to do with these guys, whatever, like
or
something like that.
Just even, hey, we're gonna do a team workout at 8 a.m. Grab a partner, come on out. These guys are gonna be doing the workout with you guys. Like, that's fine.
If you want that experience, you could do a train with Rich.
Yeah, we need to bring those back. It's been a while. I think we took a year off. We did a lot last year, so
it's almost been a year. Just January.
Yeah.
Right?
Don't bring it up to Josh. But yeah,
People do love those. I get asked about.
No, it's a great time, but yeah, it is. It's just a lot, but we need to bring that back. But affiliate tour was a great example of that. You know, there should be a connection with the community. We don't need to operate in silos, to use the common vernacular.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, why is there no bleed over whatsoever? You know, and I get at the games, like, yeah, we don't need to bring in games athletes out into the, like, that can be a completely separate. That's the showcase. That's the time. But off season, let's figure out a way to connect, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. And to what you said earlier about media, and again, like we said, I'm very biased, but I do think that the storytelling is so incredibly important. And so there was this huge void that got filled by whatever voices were the most determined. And it was, you know, it was telling whatever story they wanted to tell.
The hard part, too, is, like, if you look at, so take story about games prep, right? Some road to the games. You take that, and then you take either a journal article piece or somebody's, like, win story of, you know,
weight loss,
whatever. And you look at the views, right? You see 100,000 or 200,000 on this road to the games, but you see 10, 12,000 on the weight loss video. So then if you look at it and you're like, oh, you know, nobody cares about these videos. But if you change 50 people's, you're going to change more people's lives when they see this story. It may not have the, like, shock value of, you know, a bunch of people are watching it, but it has more, in my opinion, more meaningful impact. And so you see that it just comes back to, there's no reason why we have to have this disconnect, you know?
Yeah. I just want to know what's the goal of the people who have the disconnect? Like, what are they wanting to achieve? What are they looking for?
They want, I think, a separate privatized CrossFit. But here's the deal: it's like,
you're saying the people in the affiliate side or the game side?
Game side, I think.
Game side.
Well, I mean, I would, you know, you brought up Greg earlier, and I think that Greg was pretty clear about it when he changed the update show studio into a living room, and he wanted the focus of I think that he felt that the focus was overly weighted towards the CrossFit Games. And to be fair, like, he was paying the bills for it, and maybe had a different insight in that sense. But from where I was sitting, like, the symbiotic relationship was still fantastic, right? But I think it was, he has spoken in the past, so you can look at those videos about, like, what his actual opinions of it are. Or even still, like, he'll, you know, kind of calls the games a circus and whatnot. But whether it's a circus or not, like, it does entertain the people who are the core audience as well.
But and here's a lot of the.
But that's where it started. I think
a lot of the athletes don't realize most of these events don't make any money.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless you're pushing hundreds of people through them, you're not making a ton of money.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's almost like you've got to figure out a way. You know, being on both sides of it, but at different times, like, obviously some events are going to make more money, some are not, but it's like, it's just, it's
I can think of
weird
one event that has enough people at it that makes money. Coming up soon.
We talked about it yesterday, actually. So it's just like,
they got a lot of people at it.
I think athletes are a little bit, I don't want to say blinded, but they know their bubble, right?
Mm-hmm.
They know their and you have to be hyper focused. I've been there. Like, you have to only think about one thing, and that's what I did for years, was winning the CrossFit Games, right? So a lot of we had great people in the beginning and great people in that time that are still around that, like, carried Mayhem aside from competing. And so now that I've out of competing and stepped back a little bit, I'm like, oh, there's a lot of these other things that make this world go round, right? And so it's, you know, when you're so hyper focused on that, it's hard to see that. And it's just different, man. It's just.
Yeah, and I if you can't get that perspective, then I think that whatever success you are able to amass might evaporate more quickly than you would like, than taking a holistic view and understanding how they all kind of collaborate with each other. So anyways, hopefully the positive takeaway is that we're gonna throw our backs into this season.
Right.
Yeah, we'll have a little
try and bring some awesome
skin in the game.
Awesome, fun to watch, fun to participate in, rewarding events for both athletes and spectators, and see what we can do. See what kind of like push we can help with in 2025.
Yeah, I bring it back. Bring them. I don't. It's just hard. It's hard to try to get people to buy back in. I think I don't. And yeah.
And some people are super invested in like being angry. Some people are like they're just lost and gone forever, which is unfortunate. And dude, to be fair, like the last 6, what's that?
Is it though that some of the people are going to step away and that's their thing they're going to stand on? I'm out of here. I'm not going to be here. I think it's kind of good.
Yeah,
well, yeah.
Fair
Here's
enough,
the deal:
but
it's like they're like, "Oh, I'm not
thin in
paying.
the herd.
I'm not paying CrossFit. I'm not giving my money to CrossFit. I'm not whatever." But CrossFit's already said the games purse is driven by the number of open signups, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you want a games season, you're gonna have to buy into the open.
Yeah.
And I don't know what CrossFit chunk they're gonna take out of that. And I don't have any knowledge of this, and this is probably gonna get blown up, but
Yeah.
if you look at the season, to me, it looks like another sell. Like they're trying to make their books look good for another sell. And so that's hard, right? But it's just, I think it's the state we're in right now. So, go support your local competitions, support your people in the sport that are doing things, because even if something were down the road where CrossFit, the actual name, isn't what you like, some of these other ecosystems can still survive in the space. Because here's the deal: we're doing CrossFit. At Mayhem, at some of these other places, you're doing CrossFit.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know. Obviously, I don't have any pulse on this. I don't know, but I'm sure like when bodybuilding got big, like I don't know if it was before Arnold or around his time when like true like show physique bodybuilding shows happened. Like probably even people who were working out traditionally probably thought these guys are crazy. Like they're taking it to the next level. Like they're trying to get super lean and go up on stage, whatever they go. This is gonna be a flash in a pan.
Yeah.
Look at it now. It's just like grown. It's like probably bigger than ever right now. Like it's I think
I'm gonna say this too. Hyrox sucks. No, I'm just kidding. That was for clickbait, and so now everybody can clickbait it. And you can just watch the podcast.
Like I think the idea of the
Dang,
sport
I wanted you to keep going.
I actually have an opinion on that.
All right.
But the sport of CrossFit is the idea of the sport of CrossFit. Whether it's you're gonna call it whatever you want to call it, it's here to stay, and so is the methodology. Like those things are both here to stay. Whether they end up together or separate, they're not gonna like go away. It's one of those things that just kind of showed up and it's gonna blossom, and it might plateau here and there. Like it's gonna exist.
Functional fitness.
Hey Scott, what's up with Will Morat? He's got his own functional testing, fitness, racing.
No, I
competition.
think, well, my understanding is it's like a variant on the CrossFit Games season.
It's like oil, Saudi money, or is that something different?
I have no clue.
Okay.
The World Fitness Project. So essentially they'll have like 20 athletes on contract. So
what happens when the money runs out?
Well, it's kind of like I actually don't mind the concept of like paying athletes for like a whole season. It's kind of like when you get on the PGA Tour, you get like a salary, like a base pay just to be on it. But so they'll have like 20 athletes that are paid and they go to the competitions, and there's like challenger levels and that sort of thing. But I only think that works if the money's there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like athletes at the end of the day are going to go where the money is. It doesn't matter if it's a better or worse format if they're getting paid more money.
So it's live.
Yeah.
What live was to the PGA.
Maybe. I don't
Sounds
know
like
if this is the competition series where the money is or what, but
Did Liv end up buying PGA? Is that what happened?
they merged,
They merged.
Yeah,
I think.
they did a merger.
I think so.
My thing about the Hyrox is I think it's fine, whatever.
I think
But-
it's fine, but I think if you're a good runner, you're going to be good at Hyrox.
Yeah,
because the
for
movements,
sure.
the movements aren't heavy enough
Yeah.
or complex enough or high enough skill to separate.
Well, and you can do whatever you want. It's like the Wild West at these things.
I've never really, but like I'm saying, the
I've seen
weights
the videos, it's
on the
Wild
sled
West.
push, the weights on the farmer's carry. I would like to see. Me and Jake talked about this. like we do at Legends, where if you have
that's
if you
how
wanna
that's
do,
where it
if
came
you want
from.
to do 30 cleans at 185 or 60 cleans at 135. So there's
Yeah.
no like there's
You game it for
you
yourself.
can game it
and-
for yourself. I would like an option or a little bit
And you
more
probably-
skill or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I
And
think that would entice me to do it more than like more cardio.
You would get more
to
to-
make
you would-
running harder. You know,
you would
hey, instead of, you know, you could do, and this is completely CrossFit bias, but you know, bar muscle ups
Yeah.
instead of pull ups in a
Yeah.
station, or you know, whatever. So
I
do
think-
less reps with heavier weight or a higher skill. I think
yeah,
you know, we
breaking
joke-
up rowing with, or running with rowing and skiing.
and skiing,
Like,
and
it's just-
light wall balls,
Yeah.
and farmers carry with 70s, I think, right,
Yeah.
and a sled pull push.
It's a big it's running test with a little.
it just
others.
improves. It just
Well, it seems like I've never actually heard their like mission, but it seems like it's more geared towards being a mass participation, like a mud
Yeah.
run.
oh yeah,
It doesn't
Yeah,
seem
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's trying to
It's
be
a
like a
Spartan
Yeah.
slash Tough Mudder.
It's like
Yeah.
yeah,
And then you
exactly. It's
have
just
a-
the polished.
and then you
version
have
of
a
that.
high level. You
Yeah,
know,
the people who do it
division,
at a high level.
which is cool. Whatever. It's getting people moving.
is-
and something to train for. You know, that's what we talked about yesterday. Like, pick something out and train for it. Like, have some buy-in, have something
Yeah.
to aim at. Like, I don't care as long as it's something you're doing, something physical or something that's a mental push for you or hard for you. Like, that's why we do fitness, right?
do the hobby horse little thing in the arena. You know?
I
You
I
seen
don't know
that?
about that one. Yes, I
a
have.
hobby
I don't know about that
Have
one.
you seen that?
Yes.
Bro, it's so weird.
I just it's so weird. It's so weird. I just wish
It's like Quidditch.
Dude,
Quidditch is
watching
way cooler.
Watching the internship made me want to try Quidditch. That was it.
I wish Hyrox would. I would think it was cooler if they changed the stuff you do in between the
middle.
runs, like every year, or even just mix and match it, like where it move things around. So like I think you would probably still have like the 5 or 10 guys who are really good. I think every year if you change like instead of burpee broad jumps and wall balls, now you have like whatever, I don't know, you change them just a little bit to where it's kind of the same thing, but it's a little bit different.
Somebody, I was on my algorithm, something popped up, and it was a guy who was making like a funny spoof video. He's a Hyrox guy, and he was like, somebody's like, what is Hyrox? Isn't that just CrossFit? He's like, no, it's not CrossFit. And you're like, it is, like essentially it is,
Yeah.
just without the constantly varied part,
Yeah.
like it is CrossFit.
I have got to show you this video.
Constantly the same functional
one is
fitness for time.
You haven't seen it. It's just this. It's from Ryan Fisher, so you know it's good.
Oh, you don't
the
see
guy who almost killed his judge at regionals.
No, he
remember
said
that?
he was going to effing kill his.
Oh, he said he was going to kill him. He didn't
Sorry.
almost actually kill him.
yeah,
He just said he was going to.
He's all talk.
Oh, it was crazy. He's doing his box. Have you seen the video? You
Dave?
Was it recent?
Weren't you
No,
not
it's
there?
when he
Was
was
it-
Oh
Deadlift
yeah, of course,
box
dude.
jump.
And then Dave just
He's like-
reprimanded him.
yeah.
Dave
Did you
ripped
see,
him
like,
apart in front of
that's the
everybody,
most
and then
legendary
had,
part. Jason McDonald, yeah.
Jason McDonald be his judge for the rest of the time, which is
Yes.
a giant MMA fighter.
Yes.
Yep.
It's not him saying this. It's some other guy who is basically. It's just so good.
What would you do differently? If CrossFit was to start all over again, what would you do differently?
I've seen
if
this.
CrossFit started all over again, they should just take out all the bullshit, like all of the kipping gymnastics, a lot of the Olympic lifting that people really don't need to do, and just prioritize what really matters. And that's basic barbell strength, basic body weight strength. Do your self-bike, do your rowing, do your running, your monostructural work. Take out all the constantly varied random shit. It doesn't really offer people
Ryan Fisher.
much value because you can't measure it. How do you know if you're getting better if you're constantly doing different workouts all the time? It makes zero sense. If I'm going to a CrossFit gym,
It gets worse and worse.
I'm
It
not
gets
gonna
worse.
Speak to that.
It's so bad. It's so stupid.
I would argue some of the kipping stuff. We do
He goes, get rid of the Olympic weightlifting, some of the useless Olympic weightlifting that you don't need.
I can't get behind that one.
What?
I can't get behind getting away from Olympic lifting. Kipping, it's
He's-
hard. In competition, it's hard to judge. You know, like
But you'd
not kipping is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
strict movements are hard to judge. The only place I see real benefit in kipping is
getting more
muscle
work
ups.
done.
Muscle
Oh,
ups.
oh,
But
I'm just
even like pull ups and stuff, like I don't kip anymore really on anything. Kipping handstand push ups I don't really do because my neck.
Mess my neck up.
You've got to look at what's your end goal, right?
That's the thing
And
between
so-
competing and not competing.
And that's where the in the
Yeah.
affiliate it's like, hey, maybe we shouldn't kip some. But at the games level, yeah, you should kip.
whatever
and
to get the
so,
work done.
yeah.
Exactly.
It comes down to, what is your goal?
Yes.
Is it longevity? Hey, check your ego at the door. If you want to do Fran, but just do strict pull-ups in the class,
Do whatever you got to
just
do it. Whatever.
But if somebody was like, hey, I want to try to get a PR Fran, I'm going to kip. Let him kip.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
and Dave, I was talking to Dave about some of this. He was like, hey, would you do an open announcement? I'm like, Dave, there's some days where I could still probably hang, and there's some days, and I don't know what those days are.
I'll
so
call you
can't-
morning of.
I
yeah.
can't
You
time
wanna
it,
do
like,
an
depending
open
on the
announcement,
movement.
it's
Like,
so good.
there's movements where I'm like, hell yeah, I'm still
Yeah.
here. And
'Cause
then
they
there's
could-
movements where I'm like, nah, I'm not doing it because I don't want to, and it hurts,
Dude,
like,
they throw a
and I can't tell you
what
day to
those-
day what that's going to be. But here's the deal. I wouldn't trade what I've done in the past to get where I am
Yeah.
because that was my goal.
Exactly.
Like, I put my body through hell. And now, some days I put my body through hell. Other days I'm like,
And then,
nah, dude, I'm good.
and that's because and that's why it's appropriate to have the ability to incorporate that or to not incorporate that.
And that's what,
I think it's hilarious when somebody's like, here's how I would perfect CrossFit. Like, no,
Yeah.
you can iterate on like what's already been created, and congratulations to Ryan. He's become tremendously successful, but it's just another variation,
It's just
in
a
my
variation
opinion, of like
CrossFit.
OPT.
I've got
being
another
like, I'm going to make it more perfect. It's not constantly varied functional movements. It's functional movements that I change a lot that are high-ish intensity. You're like, dude, same thing, man. Like,
I don't
Yeah.
know if I should say it.
Say it.
I've said it.
Scott's dying. He's
Drum
so
roll.
excited.
All right. Everybody, Greg Glassman came up. It's incredible.
yeah.
It's incredible how he took everything in fitness that worked and tied it together. One of the hardest conversations I used to have was CrossFit is infinitely scalable. Have you ever seen Greg Glassman do a workout?
I guess I can't honestly say that I've been.
So
with Greg,
that was
yeah.
the hard part for me. It was like, it's infinitely scalable, and that was the whole, like, it was at odds, and that's the hard part. Like, I've seen Dave work out. I've seen, like, the hard part for me was infinitely scalable, and I've never, and maybe he does. I don't know. Like, somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never seen it, and that was hard at times.
Yeah, I get it. Honestly doesn't bother me at all, just because it works for me well.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it works well enough for me where I'm like, yeah, this is it. But I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
He's just the kind of guy that doesn't like to get high on his own supply, I guess.
I guess. I don't know. That was just hard for me being around CrossFit so much and never seen it.
100%.
And I guess, he doesn't have to do it in public. Maybe he does in private.
Yeah, exactly. And
But-
and in Greg's defense, he's obviously
He's a
got
closet fitnesser.
I guess,
Yeah. He was surrounded by a bunch of crazy studs and Navy SEALs and stuff early on, like right away. And he does, he's got some injuries from the past that I think
But that is also the infinitely scalable part.
Totally get it.
It's like,
totally get it. But I think here's another thing. I think it's also part of the genius, and it's funny for me to be like up here defending this, but I think there's like, you got to give him credit first of all for like
making other people do it and not doing it.
No, but back in the day, like it would have been more common to be like, call it Greg Glassman Fit instead of CrossFit, right? So like created something that was
Glass Fit.
it was just
I don't know
right
if that would go well, right?
and not trying to give himself like a chest thump. But yeah, think about other programs where it's like
I don't know. I've seen Tony
there's the one
Horton
person
do
who
his
has to be there.
P90X. I used to follow along.
You what?
Wasn't it Tony Horton?
I
No.
think so.
Or Billy Blanks? No, he was the Tybo guy.
Tim Horton, maybe?
Tim Horton?
Tim
No,
Horton
that's
is a
the-
restaurant.
That's the donut.
Anyways, I think it's more powerful when there's not like one person and like, so like, when I think CrossFit, I think of Rich Froning, or I think, like top athletes or whoever it is that I kind of visualize or picture. It doesn't have to be attached to like one individual. I don't know. I think
Yeah.
I think
it
for
was
whatever
just-
reason it
for
worked
me,
for the
there
better,
was
but I
just
get what you're
always a
saying.
disconnect /
It is.
and then seeing Diet Coke at every CrossFit function I ever went to while we were fighting Big Soda.
Yes.
Sorry, guys. Like, there's a lot that when I get really pissed off when people are like, oh, the athletes all bailed on Greg. And you're just like, dude, you have no idea what happened behind the curtain. It's like the Wizard of Oz. Like, it really is. Like, that's such a good, so is this what you wanted, Scott? Is this what you wanted?
I've been pondering on if it
We're
was called
canceled at this point.
GlassFit when they forced him to resign or sell, whatever you want to say. It would probably be called like Woke Fit or something right now. If it didn't have like
You're
this like
stuck on woke today, huh? It's
Kills
dead.
me.
Trump won.
I'm
it's
always
gone.
stuck
Just
on
let
it,
it
dude.
go.
I'm always
You really
stuck.
are.
Just let it
kinda-
go.
This is off topic, but circling back to the classic, because we're talking about the season and all these things that are going wrong. What is from your guys' perspective, what is the motivation to do that competition?
It's the first competition. Get it out of the way.
No, but why go through all the work to host
Why
the
are
class?
we doing it? What's the motivation?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because we can do it better than anybody
because
else.
we can control it. We're like North Korea at this point. Like we can control it. We can run the media.
Yeah.
We run the competition. We run the workouts. There won't be any circus stuff. Like,
Yep.
Yep.
You want a
That's
good.
it.
You want
That's
a good.
literally it.
We want a
Control,
good,
Scott.
clean
Is that what
fitness.
you want? Is that what you wanted to hear?
bout.
Control.
You just want to show people it's possible, or what?
I don't know.
I think sure. I mean, I think we did that. I think you did that. I didn't have much. I just volunteered at the last one. But I think we can definitely do it right and show that it's not that hard.
It is hard.
I don't even
It's
think
hard.
It's
It's
really
hard.
hard.
It's hard. It's not as hard as some people make it to be.
It depends. It depends on what scale you're
Depends
going
on
at.
how good you want it to be.
But it depends on what scale you're going at. Like, we always knock on Wadapalooza, but they're literally putting hundreds of people
Well,
through workouts, which is
I wasn't
it's
ta-
hard. Like, but that's their goal is like putting
As you
people
always-
through a workout.
I wasn't
what
saying
you always say
anything
about competitions, they're running a profitable competition.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and that's
It's
what
the
you
only
have
way
to
to
do is
make
put
money
a
at a
bunch of people
competition.
through, and so that's their goal, right? So our goal is going to be put on a good show and have fun workouts.
What's wrong with
hard
Wadapalooza?
workouts.
I've always thought it was good.
I'll say from my perspective, this year at a new venue, my tune might completely change.
They're at a new venue?
Yeah.
Where's
So it might be fantastic for media.
Wait, what new venue? What?
It's Miami Beach.
Oh. Sorry, I thought we were talking about the CrossFit Games. There is. What's the update on that? Do we know?
I don't think there's an update yet.
There is an update.
No.
I was talking about Wadapalooza.
Okay, I thought
we were talking about Wadapalooza.
We were.
You have any idea if that comes out Friday? Like, have they said, hey, we have an idea? I know you may not know.
We all know where it's going to be, but
Oh.
I don't think we can say. I'm not.
I think
don't.
it's a poorly kept secret in a lot of circles.
Okay.
But
Will there be I
don't
guess I'm
know.
more concerned. Will there be a date come out on Friday?
for the games,
Yeah.
you're asking the wrong guy.
Okay.
There will, information will be released. All I know is
You just know there will be information, and our information will be released Friday.
that's what they said. Yeah, wave top,
Okay.
right? So they just gave us a heads up to say, hey, we
Okay.
got to get this information out. So just
good.
be prepared. I would say, to answer your question, Scott, I think it's because it's the right thing to do. Like, I think that Rogue runs the Invitational not because it's because it's an incredible thing that they have the opportunity to be a part of. The last time that we did the Mayhem Classic, I thought it was a big hit for
Oh yeah.
all parties
Still is.
involved. And it was, at the end of the day, like, I think that the hardest stuff to do is typically the most fun when you're looking at it in the rearview mirror. So, yeah, it's a massive mountain that we got to climb, but I think it's probably going to be, for me, it'll definitely be the highlight of the year. Like, I love the last time that we hosted this, having people in our house is like, it's cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think it's because we have the ability to do it, not because we need to prove anything to anybody, not because we're trying to save the CrossFit Games season.
trying
It's
to
just
be part of the season. Be part of the
opportunity was
community. Practice
presented.
what you preach, I guess. Like,
Yep.
we have the ability to do it. Why would we not do it? And if we really actually want to be part of the season and be part of the affiliate side,
Yeah.
why would we not
Right.
do it? It's almost like
Yeah, walk the walk a little
No
bit.
brainer.
I think the thing that I hope we bring to the season, because not a knock on any semifinal or sanctional, whatever you want to call it, but I think a lot of them lack that cool factor. I hope we just have a very cool competition.
it's hard to say that they lack it because nobody's had a chance to do it yet, right?
Well,
so,
no,
like,
I'm saying-
semifinals. The last 2 years have been blah. Like,
Yeah.
nobody's like it's just been,
Yeah.
That's what I
Just
mean.
been a qualifying stage.
Yeah, I think sanctionals back when we competed at them, some of them were really cool and had a ton of like wow it factor. So I think if maybe they have a chance and we actually stick with it this time, that maybe they can grow into something cool and could be a bigger part of the season / allow people to do some cool stuff.
I think more chances for athletes to compete too is good.
I think it's great. I think that's
them.
awesome. As an old guy, it would have been nice to have a couple of these competitions to
choose your
to
kinda,
choose, or
or to go to.
back then you had the CrossFit Games was the only place that you could actually make money. And then the rest of the year, you know, we were doing the invitational and stuff like that, but we were getting paid $1,000 to do that. You know,
$1,000
with inflation, that's like $8,000 now, but still, you know, it was, but we didn't care. I didn't think about I wasn't doing it for the money. Granted, you know,
Maybe you should have sometimes.
maybe I should have sometimes, but I just enjoyed competing and enjoyed doing it, right? You know, it was a slight obsession / you know, whatever it was, but yeah, it's just different now, you know. Not bad, I mean, I guess we could say bad because it's not what it once was, but yeah, just different.
Yeah. It was revolutionary at that point in time, right? So, like, you can't always be like punk rock had to come out of the garage at one point. It's like it went mainstream, and then there were issues and stuff. So, anyways, like, let's bring some magic back. We'll put it at that.
Yeah,
we're trying to bring some magic back.
Bring the magic back.
What I think is going to be interesting, and I don't think we talked about this, but we were really vague because we couldn't talk about Mayhem Classic. If you're a professional athlete, do you think so April if we're the first qualifying event, like, my hope is that top athletes, because creating an attractive event, we'll have a prize purse, all the things, but also, you know, do you think more people are going to want to do that online qualifier and then have a safety net behind it? Because I think that
or do the event and then
the safety event is the online qualifier.
Me talking from my perspective, I would rather do the in-person competition. Like, I need someone that I don't like to look him in the eye while I compete with him against him to actually do good. When you put me online, I'm gonna be like, I'll do okay. Like, I'll be all right. But then when I get in person, like, I mean, especially these guys can be like, I'm a different person there. So, like, I need that in-person competition. When you see me during the open or whatever, you're like, wow, that guy sucks.
Mm-hmm. Your track record at online competitions is not good.
Track record on online competitions is bad.
As your dad said, he's spoken for.
When did he say that?
Last chance qualifier after like one workout. He's like, I'd say he's spoken for at this point. After you just finished like 6th or something at Syndicate.
Back in 21, he said that.
He's spoken for at this point. Yeah, that sounds like him. I don't remember him saying that. That sounds like something he'd say.
I hate this light. Is there anything can we like move that up or something? Like, if I'm trying to look at you guys, Ben's head right now is like max headroom, just like shining alien UFO light in my eyes.
But yeah,
it's your belly and your wiener.
At least you can see them both at the same time. Still in shape.
I think for me, and I think a lot of people probably feel the same way that I feel, that I'd rather go in person, do that competition. It's more fun.
Yeah.
It's more fun to go compete in person. Like, you see people you don't like, you see people you do like. That's so you're getting, you know, and you're beating people you like or not beating people you don't like.
You feed off the crowd.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
That's
You got
the
the
way I am.
crowd.
I always fed off the crowd.
For
like,
sure.
I just liked that, you know. Like,
yeah.
It was just way different than
and
competing in the gym.
And you're getting a more real feel for what the games would be like. You have warm-up times, corral times, when you should eat and stuff, instead of like, you know, I'm going to do this workout 7 times and I'm going to sit around the gym. I'm going to literally be motionless, have people feed me. You know, like, you have to like have a little bit of skin in the game, like show up on the right time, on time, and warm up on the right time and compete, and then forget about that and move on to the next one. You can't just think about, oh, maybe I should just redo that and not worry about the other ones right now.
Right.
Like, I think it's a little bit better
love
test for the games.
And online, there's just so many like variables, as we know, that can unexpectedly go wrong.
Yeah, the elevated, like, you have to be a level 1 and a judge and like a advanced judge course to judge semifinals, correct? Have you heard this or no?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's cool. I don't know if it really matters that much.
We had that last year.
Yeah, I don't know but I think there was a little power struggle going on there too, right? With like them versus the...
No, I don't know.
What are they calling themselves, or what are they? Are they still alive? Is that still a thing?
They're still alive. I don't know if they're still a... What's the
organization?
PFJ.
PFJ.
No, it's not called PFJ.
It's PFJ.
No, it's not.
Professional Fitness Judges.
Yeah,
I thought it was AFJ.
No, it's
AFJ.
PFJ.
What is the AFJ?
No, it is the AFJ.
The ATF? Different.
Oh my gosh.
PFAA?
No.
PFAs?
PGA?
CAC.
What?
There's too many acronyms in this sport.
CAC.
Cost acquisition,
Uh,
customer acquisition.
well,
cost?
anyways, yeah, maybe that cleans it up a little bit. That is
AFJ is the
you know,
Alliance for
TBD
Justice.
kind of right now. We don't know if that's going to clean it up or if it's
think
going to
it's
be, or if it's going to be
Oh,
more of the
AFJ.
same.
It's AFJ CrossFit Association of Fitness Judges. There it is.
Association.
Association. I remember that one.
I was
now.
right.
Good job, Scott.
So great.
Who do a
They
wonderful
still
job.
have a website. I don't know if they're still.
Wait, I got
Yeah.
something.
They're
Just to be
still-
clear, I'm not knocking on them at all by messing up their name.
No.
I know a lot of them pretty
Yeah,
very
no,
well,
they're
like
great.
Jules and Edward.
I'm not.
they're
It's
great.
not there. I'm just saying there was a power struggle. I think I don't know, or maybe there wasn't. I don't know. Who knows? But I don't. I feel like CrossFit
I think
didn't
sometimes
really like them.
we think there's stuff going on. Like, I think it's just natural, but like there's this whole underlying. Oh, they're like.
Oh no, there's
at
stuff
odds.
going on.
Oh, I
There's
know
stuff
there's.
going
I know
on.
there's some stuff going on, but I think at times we just think
Oh,
there's
yeah.
nefarious stuff going on. Maybe
Dude.
I'm just.
Speaking
Oh,
of
yeah.
Hey, did you go down that rabbit hole I sent you yesterday? Oh man.
speaking of people who don't know what they're talking about and are
Sweet.
totally out of the loop, Angela, I think you lost a bet.
Oh yeah. I did lose a bet. I don't know if I'm supposed to preface it with that.
You didn't. I did.
Oh,
Hey.
okay, yeah, true.
But also,
Wait,
we
hold
need
on, hold on.
we
hold
need to
on.
clear the air too when one of these classic workouts comes out that we didn't steal it, that it was our idea first. Now, maybe not
We
first,
don't,
but
we don't have to worry about that.
okay.
Wait, what is happening?
We've got
Are these
two different
connected
storylines
thoughts?
going. Go ahead.
Okay,
What
okay.
bet did you lose?
John Young is the best analyst in the sport.
Oh no, you did lose a bet.
We were playing a golf game at Crash and I lost.
Mm.
There's like a arcade game.
And this is the price you have to pay?
That's the price I have to pay.
So you don't believe that?
Actually, he's good. He's not as good as he thinks. Like we had a pretty in-depth conversation, and he does know a lot. Like I can't think of one who necessarily is better. Like
Who's John Young?
yeah, I mean he's good, so he's not
kidding.
bad. But I just didn't want. I just don't want to give him that. I just don't want to give him that on this platform either.
But you had to.
I had to.
You lost the bet, so you just really paid
What
on the
was-
bet,
what would-
but then you
if he
revoked
would
on the
have
bet.
won, what was, or if you would have won, what was his? What would he have to do?
He had to get in the cold plunge for 5 minutes. He does not do cold plunges. Like
Gotcha.
he said he's done like one and he hated it.
Gotcha.
So it was
Um,
it was gonna be pretty good.
Have you guys discussed? Scott just told me the story about you on Kill Taylor.
What about it?
You did that pegboard total bar workout?
I didn't. I beat him, but I didn't win it.
Because wasn't
Didn't Ted
wasn't Ted
fail
supposed to
to
film
turn the
switch
video?
the camera?
Oh, the
What
way
are we
Scott told
talking
the story
about?
was tremendous.
I heard Ted was supposed to turn the camera.
Who'd you hear this from? There was no one. I didn't film it.
Oh,
I didn't film it.
Oh, it's too bad.
Sam told me. I think.
Like,
The way
how do you
Scott told it-
standardize pegboards though? Like, what was the height?
Top to top. The row had to be a rogue pegboard. Had to be top. Had to be bottom to bottom.
Bottom to bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
I
had
think
to
Sam
start at the
told
bottom.
me that something with. Did Ted do it with you then?
No,
Alex.
Alex.
Oh,
Scarm
it
did
was a
with
great
me.
Oh,
story.
Alex told me the story. That's who
Okay.
it was.
Yeah, Scarm did it with me. It was. Did you? I sent it to you, right? 5 pegboard, 50 total
55.
bar 5. Yeah.
I like it a lot better that way. The way that Scott told it, you did the pegboards, went off camera, came back, did the pegboards because you didn't turn the camera and you won, but couldn't get credit.
Alex definitely told me that.
Alex did have a camera.
Oh,
did
so
film
he
the whole
didn't
thing.
turn the camera.
Well, he was filming himself though.
but he said, okay.
happened to me in
Maybe
it.
he said if he would have turned the camera, you would have
Yeah,
won.
if he would have turned the camera when I moved and when I moved back, I guess I would have. But no, there was someone
Don't
who
you have to
called.
like call in and
Yeah,
actually
someone
do
called,
it?
and it has to be live. Someone called in and they beat me by 2 seconds.
Lost in
But I also
translation.
had the transition from the turf to the rig and then back to the turf, which whatever. I mean, I said Taylor texted me and he said you could be $1,000 richer right now. I said just knowing I beat you makes me happy enough. Yeah, that it was. I mean, that's a.
Did we cover all those topics? We wrote down a lot of stuff, Scott.
Yeah, more or less.
What
Yeah.
do
I didn't know we were going to talk about the classics, so that's great.
Yeah, that was cool.
I've got a title for the video now.
Let's just qualify that information goes out on Friday before we publish.
Right.
You should post a clip from this today.
I wanted to share with you the affiliate tour. We talked about it in Vagaries. I was super, super impressed. The thing that jumped out at me the most, and Scott's heard me say this a million times, but like I think I had an assumption about who our affiliates were. And for whatever reason, I thought they would all be newish and like not very experienced coaches. 90% of the gyms we went to were like 8, 9, 10, sometimes 13-year affiliates.
Really?
And the coaches were like level 3s, working on level for like very experienced. So that
Yep.
was really cool for me to see. That was the caliber of people that were.
How'd your butt? Well, obviously your body didn't hold up, but Darren,
My body?
Darren was worried about his like fitness and being.
Oh yeah, poor Darren, dude. I called him out.
Fit.
I had to coach
He's really fit with one workout, and then if you do like 2 or 3,
Yeah.
he just doesn't
Well,
know why you built up. But
we only
Darren's
did one
always
day
sneaky
because
fit, always.
we always did the same workout, even if it was 3 times. So like I would do one class and then teach
Oh,
the next
okay.
one. You know what I mean? So you wouldn't do the same thing over and over. But the last time we went, the last day we had just 2 locations, right? And we went to a Mexican restaurant in between.
No, we had 2 locations on day 2. Day 3, we had 3 locations.
Okay. Well, in the middle of it, we went to a Mexican restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
And then
We
I
ate
coached
so
the last
much
class,
food.
and Darren was not planning on working out. And I was like, just so you guys know, Darren practices what he preaches. He's going to work out with you. In the back of my mind, immediately, I was like, oh, that sucks, because I felt my stomach. And he said it was pretty rough. It was like wall walks and toes to bar and walking lunge. But now he was
not
a
like
boss.
Row always like
row,
after you
toe to
eat,
bar
yeah.
burpee or something. You're just flexing.
Yeah. No, I mean it's cool to see. Anytime we go to any of those affiliates, like we've done a
Yeah.
couple just random stops, like not tell them and just drop in, which is a ton of fun because then people are
Totally.
like really surprised, and it's fun when you get in there and members are like, who is that? Like it's pretty cool,
yeah, that's
you know,
cool.
Like they have no idea.
They're like, oh, that guy's wearing a Mayhem t-shirt.
That
Yeah.
one time we went to Columbus and I like took that lady's spot, remember? Like she has her one spot and I didn't realize it. And
Oh,
like
no.
apparently she's like, that's her spot. And she was super like, oh, well, I'll let you have it since you're a guest, blah, blah, blah.
Parking spot?
No, her like
Like her,
fitness spot.
Yeah, her
like her
fitness
rack
area.
and her pull-up bars.
We
like
had
that.
some stuff like that in the affiliate tour. Like Darren starts drawing on the ground with chalk.
Oh,
And
yeah.
everyone in
That's
the-
a big no.
All the members were like,
Like music stops and like
Yeah.
look at Darren.
he's like, I'm sorry, I'll clean it up. There's literally cones sitting like 5 feet from him where he could have
he's
started.
like marking his where he's doing his wall
That,
walks.
that actually like gives me cringe feelings. Like I hate when I see people chalk and walk.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
like even in the barn, I'm like, what are you doing? Just chalk in the bucket.
Yeah.
That's one of my
Learned
pet
it from you,
peeves.
bro. You know?
Yeah.
14 final, you know, it was the chalk
When
and
you're
walk.
the last person on the floor and they say 3, 2, 1, here's like here you go. There was no place to put chalk. I look down.
I'm
I
not
see
judging.
chalk.
I'm just saying, just want to be like you.
Yep.
Yeah, that was funny.
The old big block smash. It's great.
There
when
you
you're,
go.
like,
Got
at a
his hand
I
competition.
think
smacked
I
a
just
couple
did
times.
that
Oh,
and walked.
The other thing that was cool about the tour was we interviewed a lot of whether it's gym owner, head coach, member, whatever. But it seemed like there was a lot of common themes as to why they're choosing to use the programming. It was typically like we could program, but
Yeah.
it's going to take us forever and we're perfectionists. But this way we can get more time to interface with the community.
Yeah, no, Darren and
That was
Christy
very
doing
common.
incredible, and Josh doing an incredible job with that, and it is cool to see what that's kind of blossomed into, and the service that they provide to the affiliate. You know,
And hopefully, I think a lot of them are going to, I mean, they were all close. If you didn't link them together, they were all probably 2 hours in isolation from us either way. So hopefully they'll come down and visit. But it was funny. Like, we got to get you to 1 or 2 of them because we'd get out of the van and stuff, and they'd be like, hey, what's up? Hey, how's it going? Looking over your
yeah.
shoulder, like, you know, just hoping that maybe
yeah, I mean,
Froning was like going to
I
surprise
hated to miss that, and
Yeah.
I told them, I said, hey, first of the year,
them.
whatever,
Yeah,
we can
some
do
other
it,
time.
and they did it in December. So
All good. I'm glad we got it done. Met a lot of cool people, a lot of great content, and we'll do it again.
yep, oh yeah, for sure.
Closing thoughts, man?
No, I was gonna say it is cool, like the different kind of people that do the Mayhem affiliate, because it is just like like you said, it could be like a new gym who's like, I don't really know how to program for a gym, and they're like, I'll just follow this stuff, and then they probably end up loving it, or like someone who's like really a veteran who's been programming for their gym for 8 years, and they're like, well, let me just check this stuff out, and you're like, this is kind of similar to what I do, and like maybe I miss a piece here or there, because like I think every single programmer has a little bit of a bias
100%.
and probably misses a little bit of stuff here and there. And then like, instead of you having to like find somebody to check your programming and like someone you trust, like we already have that for you.
Tested and
So, like it's been tested. Yeah. And you have people who literally do exactly what you want to do. They can do it for you. And almost everybody would try it out is like, man, this is nice. Like I really enjoy this. I've never really heard many bad stories about it.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. And this was really confirming for that. Only negative, the Honda Odyssey, the gas gauge is broken on that,
You
unfortunately.
gotta write down the mileage when you fill it out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
how could we glaze over that? Did you hear about this, Rich?
No.
Oh, bro.
Oh, you
Oh,
want to tell
bro.
the story?
Sure. What was that, day 2?
No, that was day 1. I was
You guys running out
starving.
of gas?
Christy built a great schedule, and I can't complain because I didn't make the spreadsheet. But the first day did not have any time built in to eat.
That's
So
right.
I was
That's
so
right.
hungry. It's 9 o'clock
Hungry.
at night.
And we're hauling.
And you weren't even with Rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Just bleeds over into the culture, you know?
So Scott's got his like Yelp reviews up. He's like, we're gonna go to Meat O'Malley's is the name of this place, and it's just like American food with an Irish twist, and we're stoked about it. Everybody's stomachs are growling, and it's been an hour and a half drive. We're a mile from the exit that
We're
we need to get
1.5
off
miles from, 1.5 miles from the gas station.
And I just like, mid sentence, and all of a sudden just wow, feel the van power down. And I was like, oh no.
It was a low fuel light, nothing on?
I did it again. Well, my only hope, so we couldn't get like CarPlay mixed up. So like my phone was over the big screen doing nav, but it didn't yell at me or anything. But I really don't have
There
an excuse.
is a very subtle, like,
Little
low
ding.
fuel light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
too
mean, I
subtle for
can't
this
take
guy.
blame. I was a passenger,
run
but
out?
now I know to
dude,
keep an
full on.
eye.
So we got
I've
stuck
never done
on the
that.
side of the road. Had to wait for AAA to bring us gas. Christy wanted to call the cops, so we called the police and talked to the dispatcher like 3 times. She was like, I can't really do anything for you, but I'll send an officer if you want. Anyways, AAA came. We missed Meat O'Malley. We walked into Meat O'Malley's, and she was like, hey, guys, welcome. How many? We said 3. She's like, okay, sorry, we're closed. I was like, why'd you ask then?
I still want to know what the secret number was to get
I know.
food.
Yeah, exactly. If we said 4, or if we said 1, what do you think the difference would have been? So we both smashed a large pizza at Domino's and called it a night.
Nice.
Oh, this was at night after everything.
Oh, dude, this was end of day, and this is like 10 p.m. Yeah,
Oh.
and it was cold. And you know that? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, not a lot of
It was
people.
just you 3 in there?
It was just us 3.
Where was Darren and Dre and
Dre came all the way to Lexington, so he and Darren ended up in the car most of the time.
Well, they stayed back in Evansville that night at Dre's house.
And Josh had gotten a workout at CrossFit Evansville after we left, so he was 2 hours behind us.
10 o'clock?
Well, I mean,
later?
he worked
Yeah.
out probably at 7 or 8.
Okay.
Just by the time this all went down. And, but yeah, like we went through all the drama of like being stuck in the car. Not a lot going on there, obviously. The dispatcher called us back like 3 times just to chit chat. But it was cold. It was like we had plans like who's going to make a run for it? Should we,
push the car?
there was no Uber. We tried to call, what was the taxi company? Redbeard?
Redbeard.
Yeah, Redbeard.
Shout out Redbeard for not answering.
Shout out Redbeard Taxi Service. And what was that place called?
Cordon.
Cordon. That's
Cordon,
right.
Cordon?
Indiana?
Cordon,
Or
France?
Kentucky?
Spelled
Indiana.
Corridon.
Corey Don.
Gordon. So anyways, yeah, Honda Odyssey for the win. Rory for the win. That's the second time I've run out of gas in 2 years.
Where else you do it?
When I took Coco to the cheerleading championships in Orlando, and I saw it coming, and I was like, we'll get gas at the next exit. Ended up being the exit we needed. And then when you pull off, it's like everything's amusement parks, and so you're on surface streets, and there's like nowhere to go. So it was imminent, and it was coming, and I just like powered down to the end of the street. Much more efficient place to run out of gas, though.
Really?
Corridon was Cordon was a tough place to run out of gas. It wasn't
Yeah,
nobody.
never
There was
run out of
nobody
gas.
around.
All right. Big
Thanks
gulps, huh?
Big gulps.
Well, see you later.
Cheers.